Good afternoon, everybody. I would like, first of all, thank you all for taking the time with us. My name is Chen Golan, Chairman of NextVision. With me here is Alex Lavie, the CFO of the company. We're missing today Michael Grossman, the CEO, is on his way to the Exponential, so you will have to stay with us only. I will start with the disclaimer for the webinar, and we will continue. We're going to go through the first quarter financial statement. I would like to start with highlight some main issues. First of all, we just update NextVision target, the revenue target for 2026. It's 87% growth compared to 2025. We started with $275 million as a target, and now we update 15% more up to 315 because of the demand and the budgets that we see in the market. The order backlog of NextVision, even though we managed to deliver more than $67 million at the first quarter, we still have the same backlog of $2,089 million, and I believe we will see in the near future this backlog can go up. Another thing that we just done, we update the target for the capacity of our assembly line. We put a target of more than double of what we can do right now, meaning by the end of the year we are expecting to have the ability to deliver more than 5,000 units per month by the end of 2026. Just for those that not really remember what NextVision is doing. So NextVision, we are selling a stabilized video solution for our customers, the system providers. The claim to fame of the company is the ratio between the size and the weight of our solution and the performance, considered to be the best in the world. And when you compare Apple to Apple, you will find that NextVision solution is cheaper than our competitor solution and in a very high of reliability. We give the whole solution, meaning we give the cameras themselves, we give the accessories that helped to do the mechanical integration very fast, and the video processing unit that makes our solution to be plug and play for all the systems that are right now in the market, and gives us some, or gives our customers some other capabilities like video compression, a tracker. We have what we call smart tracker, considered to be one of the best tracker in the market, AI capabilities like detectors, and some other capabilities like geolocation. So with all what we give our customers, they get the best solution in the market, and they can do the integration very fast and make the time to market very short. We consider ourselves as an R&D company. This is the DNA of the company. This is the way we think and act. We try to bring to the market every year in between 2 to 3 new products. Usually those products will be a game changer in the market and will continue to help us to be the leading company in the market. The position of NextVision as a leading company in the market is based on 4 things. One, of course, is the technology. We consider to have the best solution today in the market. The second will be the proven operational experience. We deliver for the last 5 years average of more than 1,500 units per month. They are being used in every conflict that you hear in the globe. So we get a lot of feedback from our customers that they are saying that NextVision solutions are considered to be the best solution in the market. We have today the capability to deliver the market demand, and I would say that we might be the only company today in the market that can deliver those quantities. NextVision delivered today more than 2,500 units per month. By the end of the first half of the year, we will be more than 3,000 units per month, and we just update from 4,000 units to be more than 5,000 units per month capability. Adding to that, we just started to build the option to assemble some of our units in Europe. We started that before the war, and because of the war we stopped, and we're gonna continue doing that in the near future. So we have another capability to assemble some of our solution in Europe. I believe in the future we will continue to do that in the United States and other areas that this thing will be needed. Today, when we see the huge quantities, I would say maybe mega quantities in the market, we are the only company that actually managed to deliver those quantities. And the last will be our financial financial strengths. NextVision have a lot of cash. We hold a high volume of inventory. Today, with the problem that we see in the market in the supply chain, there are two ways to deal with that. One is to make sure that you have more than two suppliers for each component that you are using. And for those components that you don't have the option to have more than one, we will usually have inventory in between 6 to 12 months. And that, will help us to continue deliver to our customers, even we will meet with some problems in the supply chains. And there are a lot today, there are a lot of problems in the supply chain. About the market. As I said before, the numbers that we see today are huge numbers. We never saw those numbers in the past. The budgets that we see, it starts from the US, updating the budget of 2027 to $1.5 trillion, $55 billion only for autonomous systems. And Trump talking about buying more than 1 million drones. This is a huge number, and I don't think that we need, to see only the number. I think that shows the state of mind and the understanding of the use of drone and UAV in the modern war. In Europe, getting to 5.5% of the GDP, going to the aerospace and defense, and NATO to be a command to defense spending by until the 2035. So we see a lot of money in the market, and adding to that the demand position NextVision as the biggest supplier in the market, launching thousands of units per month. Another thing about Europe is that we just heard about the releasing of the $9 billion loan for Ukraine, and that's pushed the demand of 2026 and 2027 to another level. About the spread of our sales in the world, we declare in the beginning that we see the biggest opportunity or the biggest market in the US, and although we see today the growth all over, we see the biggest rate of growth in the US, getting to 31.9% in the first quarter. Europe stay still as a leading with the 54.2%, but I believe that what we will continue to see in the near future is the highest rate of growth in the US, and those numbers to be matched in the near future. Here, some of our biggest or leading customers in the market. In the US, you can see Anduril, PDW, and Brink. In Europe, Quantum and Skywatch. And in Israel, some of the leading industry companies, Elbit, Aeronautic, and IAI. We have some more big companies joining NextVision, starting to build the vector. You know, you don't start at day one with 1,000 unit orders, so they start building themselves, and we see them joining the leading biggest company of NextVision customers. Sorry. About this slide, I think this slide speaks by himself. The numbers, you can see the growth in every section, and we will continue. About the capacities. So we are using right now 3 floors of this building. We have the option to get 2 more if we need. We expanded from 3,000 square meter to 5,000 square meter, building the area of production to support the target of more than 5,000 units per month. We actually opened academy for new workers for the production line, and we are recruiting in between 3 to 5 new employees every week to the company. The number, I spoke about them today, 2,500. By the end of the first half, it will be more than 3,000, and by the end of the year, we will be able to deliver more than 5,000 units per month. And I spoke already about the inventory. Alex.
Okay, so let's go through a bit of the Q1 26 financial highlights. So the revenues summed up to $67.4 million, which represent about the 86% increase against the parallel quarter. The gross profit is around 67.2%, which is quite similar to the gross profit of the end of 2025, meaning Q4 2025, which was 66.9%. Now, regarding the R&D expenses, you can see that there are $1.8 million R&D expenses, but I remind you that part of our R&D expenses are being capitalized into an intangible asset. So if we will take a look at the bigger picture, it's around $3.3 million during Q1. Now, regarding the G&A expenses, which was a bit higher than usual, it's important to remind that under the compensation policy, some of NextVision top employees are entitled to a bonus payment upon reaching certain criteria, so certain revenues, net profit. We accrued the entire amount of this bonus in the Q1, so the G&A expenses are a bit higher, but during the next few quarters it will go down. We finished up this quarter with a 56.8% net profit, which is very similar to Q1 2025. Now, regarding our main points from our balance sheet, so you can see that our inventory, as Chen said, is around $62 million. It should support our production efforts during 26 and part of 27. You can see the accounts receivable grew twice to $26 million, which of course it's a higher number, but also the revenues going up doubled the same. Another important thing to note is that the cash flow from operating activity is more than $31 million only in Q1. And that's it.
Thank you, Alex. About the strategy of the company. So we see right now 3 main issues that we are putting a lot of efforts for them. One is, as an R&D company, bringing new products with new technology to continue to support the positioning of NextVision as a leading company in the market. Second, it will be to make sure that we manage to support the demand that we see in the market. And we talked about the numbers, and going from 2,500 units to more than 5,000 units per month, it's something that I think that you do in a very accurate way. You don't just recruit people. You have to make sure that the production line will work good, and you won't have any problem with the products. The last thing, it will be, we are having a very high growth in the company. For the last 5 years, we had a growth of more than 70% by average of the revenue. And we understand that to continue to be a growth company in the future, we need to support that with some M&A. So we just recruit Chief Business Development and M&A to the company, and with her together, we will continue working on the pipeline that we just have of some companies that we are checking, and hopefully in the near future we will manage to close a deal. The main issue is to find to target the right company, and we put a lot of efforts for that. That's for now. So Alex, let's start with the question, and we will answer some questions that we have.
So the first question is, what is the average backlog duration today? Now, from the $289 million backlog, most of it is within the close 12 months. There are also part of the backlog for 27, 28, and 29, but most of it is for the next 12 months.
No.
As the company works with a larger strategic customer, do you expect this to have an impact on the gross margins? Now, we said before that we feel comfortable in the area of the gross margins of around 65 to 72%. And we believe that even with the larger strategic customers, which we have also today, that part of our revenues is, of course, most of our revenues from larger strategic customers. And we see now the impact, and we still believe that we will remain in those areas. We're doing everything we can to get better and improve the 67% to get higher. But we are safe to say that we are staying around those areas.
There is a question about the production line in Europe. So for now, we cannot give some more information about that. But as I said, we already started to work there, and I believe when we will open the production line over there, we will announce it and we'll give all the information for everyone. Does the US demand carry a different gross margin profit than Europe? No. The US and the Europe, or let's say all the customers of NextVision get the same prices. We didn't take the prices up for the last 5 years. We are working very hard to try and maintain the gross margin. We don't see for today any reason for the gross margin to be changed. It will stay in between 65 to 72%, and I don't see for now any reason to the number to go outside from this range. See, last question, I think. Okay, the question is, can existing cameras be upgraded through a firmware, AI, optics, or compute? Hopefully I understand the question, but the cameras can be upgraded, and we are doing that for some of our customers. Usually, once a customer's chosen a camera, or let's call it the solution, Usually we don't do upgrades, but it's possible, and if needed, we can do that. That's all. Do we have another one? Let's see. About the M&A, if we are planning to do that in the US, meaning buying a US company. So in the beginning, we thought about only doing to buy a US company, but we open it for every country. We are looking, the main issue is here to find the right company, and it doesn't matter where it will be. It can be an Israeli company or a US company or European company. We didn't spoke about that, so I will try to explain. NextVision today deliver our solution for more than 300 Western system developers. We supply for them, for those customers, the video solution, and they buy from other the communication, they buy the energy, the batteries, and handling the energy. They buy AI capabilities to make their system autonomous. They buy a working station. So all of those companies are a potential companies for us to buy because we have a high synergy between what they are doing and what we are doing. Again, just to explain it, I think the best way to explain it, it will be by a communication company. Every drone have communication and need to use communication. So if we will find the right communication company and we can buy it and do the integration of the video with the communication and sell it to our customers as a bundle, I believe that they will prefer to buy the communication from us and not from another supplier. And that's the way we think. Another option for us for looking for the right company will be maybe finding a company that can make big gimbals. NextVision doing only small gimbals in between 115 grams to 2 kilograms. Buying a company that can do big gimbals, we can control all the range and sell from the smallest one to the biggest ones. Same for maritime solution gimbals and ground gimbals. So those are potential companies that we are looking for, and as I said before, we have some companies in the pipeline that we are right now checking, and hopefully we will come with good news about that. No more questions? So again, thank you all for having the time with us, and I believe we will meet you again in the next quarter financial statement. Thank you. Bye-bye.